Hello and welcome to BW Business World. Today we have with us Rishabh Chopra. He is founder and CEO of the Ayurveda Experience. Hi sir, welcome to BW.
Hi Nitish, thanks for having me.
So before diving deep into the conversation, I would like to introduce the brand to our viewers. So Mr. Chopra founded TAE in 2010, and in the initial stages, it used to sell philosophy courses. Later, they shifted to selling third-party Ayurvedic products, and now they have their own brand. They rolled out their own brand in 2017, and now the brand clocks around 270 crores. Rupees 270 crore in last fiscal year. How has the journey been since 2010 till now?
We actually started this before I went to business school in 2010-11. I went to ISB. So in 2009, I already started this business and another business which ultimately didn't work out. So this business originally, like you mentioned, used to sell, make and sell content around Indian philosophy and other Eastern ideologies. So we used to fill the content with professors and other authors, and used to sell to the US, Europe, etc. So till about 2013, early 14, that was the business. Between 2014 and 2016, we only sold sort of Ayurvedic courses. In 2016, we started selling some third-party brands initially, and then we figured that it was very, very rare for a Ayurvedic brand to be of any size in the US or Europe. So we decided to do our own brands. And so in 2017, we launched Ayura, which is sort of our largest brand globally. About 70% plus of our revenues come from Ayura. And in 2017 as well, we sort of started a partnership, which ultimately became an acquisition of a US-based brand called Ajay. We actually sell 97% plus of our products on our own platform. In that sense, you would say it's direct to consumer in a very real sense, because the consumer does actually interact on a website, a platform, an application that we own and do have first-party data, which of course we take abundant care of. We sell about 4 brands currently on the platforms, 6 globally, but in any particular country, only about 4 brands. And these brands are between Ayurvedic, beauty, personal care, supplements. Some of them are nutrition focused. We do have some products in the food category, some products launching in the beverages category. And supplements is an important sort of focus for us going forward as well. Currently, on a trailing 12 months basis, we would, as sort of net revenue, be about 317 crores plus of revenue for the last 12 months. So there's been some growth even over the last year's financial numbers, which have been significant.
According to you, what led this surge in the revenue in the last fiscal year? Like it was around more than 90% or maybe more from the previous year, which you witnessed.
Yeah, so combination of factors. We had growth in existing geographies. So revenue growth in existing geographies was quite significant. 54 to 60% growth in some of the geographies in US, Canada, Australia, in that range between these 3 countries that we sort of operate in. So existing geographies have sort of solid, strong growth. We have very strong growth in Europe, over 158% growth from FY22 to 23, and even in India we had over 130% growth in FY2 2023. So there was strong growth across geographies, and especially the new geographies or recently started geographies had very strong growth. That's what you see in sort of Europe and India. And a brand, Modernica, which we had started more recently, it's in later part of 2021, where we would have really started Modernica. That brand today is about 18, it's called Modernica Naturalis. That brand is about 18.5% of revenue, so quite significant growth. And there we are trying to do fusions between classical Ayurveda and modern cosmetic products as well. So that has led to a lot of growth. And of course, we see interesting tailwinds in the supplements category, and so brand growth is also a significant part of it. Also, company has optimized significantly many aspects of its online marketing and developed relevant technologies with regards to products / consumer insighting and ensuring like optimal marketing spend, which should have helped bring down the cost of customer acquisition. Uh, Hence, we've seen some significant improvements in the P&L, and this also enabled us to be able to drive growth, due to more reasonable cost of acquisition. In general, when there's a funding winter in the global in the world, then the global cost of advertising seems to come down, and hence, for everybody who has a stable P&L and is not so dependent on the or doesn't have high burn rates, and we are pretty much in most countries we're a profitable business. Globally, we might have minor negative EBITDA because of our experiments, but any company with stable P&L can really benefit when the global advertising costs come down, and so that would have also helped grow quite a bit. And there's significant new product addition, about 16 new skincare, personal care products last year, 9 new supplement and food products last year. So between them, about 25 new products were also launched last year. So that would have also helped drive growth.
So, sir, as far as Ayurvedic products is concerned, in overseas market, we have seen a sudden shift towards Ayurvedic products in markets such as North America, maybe Europe and Australia. So, what are the key emerging trends you have witnessed in these regions?
So there has of course been a broad trend appreciating herbal and natural products around the world, especially in the US and Europe, and almost all developed markets for last many years. So that naturally fits well with Ayurveda, because essentially they are herbal natural products. So we do think there will be a greater demand from the consumer going forward in understanding the authenticity of the ingredients, the quality of the ingredients, the quality of the manufacturing process, the compliance of the facilities, and most importantly, the efficacy of the products. For any Ayurvedic product company, like any other health, wellness, fast-moving consumer goods company, I think the emphasis on quality, efficacy, and compliance is going to be extremely important going forward. But herbal natural has been big for a long time. So I don't actually think there are big barriers to adoption. There may be some barriers to adoption with regards to the sensorials that we appreciate, maybe people in the West don't appreciate. So something like that, that there's something that is culturally natural to us, sometimes not culturally natural to them. But besides that, in general, people are very bullish on natural. So, and people are very okay with naturals. So the markets are there and right. The real question for anybody, and why I think it's challenging for Ayurvedic companies to grow in foreign markets, is because how do they get to the market, right? Offline retail is tough. Marketplaces don't really have search volume. So if people are not searching for the product on the marketplace, then how are they actually going to grow on that marketplace? The reason we are able to grow is because we own the platform, right? We sort of own the e-commerce platform on which we sell, and we know how to scale that. So 4 or 5 times more people visit our site every month than actually search for Ayurveda on Google in the US, for example, right? So we have built a platform that has tons of visibility around people who are interested in Ayurvedic and similar products, and that's why sort of we're able to scale. So the intrinsic nature of the market is anyways there, because of herbal and natural and all the good sentiments that are existing today around them. You have to find a unique value addition that you can do within that market. So I think, but so market is ready, but I think it's ultimately for every FMCG player, which is and hence would apply to every Ayurvedic player. If you do not remove the friction from consumption for a customer, you're going to have more limited repeat purchase, you're going to have less virality, less word of mouth. And I think that's going to be one of the main challenges for any customer going to the West. You have to figure out what an American consumer or a European consumer actually wants, what sort of consumption format is actually okay with them, and then you have a much better access to these people. And the largest challenge, I think, to Ayurveda in India and globally that we believe is still quite a lot of solving to do. Still, will is not at a perfect place. Is going to be with regards to the quality of ingredients that are produced, the availability of quality manufacturing, um, the availability of quality materials for manufacturing, standardizing high quality manufacturing procedures, and ensuring the end products actually have the actives that will ultimately drive efficacy in a product. So, I think these are important things that everybody wants to play in the Ayurvedic arena will have to solve for to continue to see growth.
When we talk about profitability and cash burns, we have seen that brands, by growing their revenue, they are also investing so much in verticals such as marketing and promotion and discounts and all. What was it your key to like optimize all these verticals to like narrow down the cash burn rate? So it's kind of a strategy the brands have been following to stick to their recurring customers by providing them the discounts on the products and all. So what is the key behind optimizing all these things?
I think the biggest key is providing distinguished value-added products. I don't think anybody wins in these markets because you do discounts or any usual marketing tricks. It's helpful. It's helpful to have the discount sometimes. It's helpful to have the promotion sometimes. There are some buying cycles, periods like I guess Diwali in India, Black Friday in the US. So there are some buying cycles where there is some consumer expectation now of discounts, which helps them go towards something more. So within that period, you fit in, and I think unless some brand has a no discount strategy, most will have some discount promotion bundling sort of strategy. And we also do, right? We optimize them, we test them, we see what offers work well, and we do the whole range of promotional activities. But I think the distinguishing factor, but you can't grow unless you have distinguished product. I mean, all of these things are only enablers to be able to push distinguished product. Without that, I don't think it's possible. Other things like that, I mean, we are lucky in most countries in the world today to have a profitable business. Globally, we will have a minor EBITDA. I think on a trailing 12 months, our current provisional P&L shows that to be at about -2% on a trailing 12-month basis. That would be from July to August 2022 to August 2022 to July 23. So we would have a -2% provisional P&L sort of EBITDA there. But that's because we have experiments in multiple things, including offline retail in the US and trying to look at research for new countries, doing a lot of investments in actually research and development. But most countries, we have a profitable P&L, and on an existing customers, we have a quite significantly profitable P&L.
So you have around 4 brands under your umbrella. So out of these 4 brands, can you share the revenue breakdown of your company?
Ayura is our largest brand globally. It is 70% plus of our revenue. And Modernica is our second largest brand, which is about 18% plus of our revenue. This is on a trailing 12 months basis. Ajara is a significant part of our revenue. And Ayutva, which is our food and supplements brand, it's early days because compliances are larger in supplements, but we are seeing some very, very strong traction on some of the products there. So I think 12 months from now, when hopefully we speak again, you'd see uh, a pretty significant supplements business being on the cards.
Okay. So after the pandemic, we have seen that D2C brands are again adopting the brick and mortar model of business. Are you also planning to like go offline in India or in overseas market? Is there any need for your brand specifically?
So as a core philosophy, we are always online first and will stay online first in most of the world. So online is our focus. It's our circle of competence. D2C specifically on our own platform is our focus. It's our circle of competence. So we'll like to really be focused on it. We do have offline experiments. We have 2 stores in Los Angeles. We have certain people in certain markets like the US working on the offline third-party retail. And I do think at some point in third-party retail, um, strategy is going to be important and is also just going to add to it because we have over 1 million customers today globally, 84-85% from foreign markets. So we just have a lot of customers globally. We, in a place like the US, must show active brand messaging to 20 plus million people. So we do think we'll get leverage of that by being in third party offline retail. So that definitely is on the cards. And we do have people employed and working on that strategy in countries. But as a core philosophy, we are online first, and our year on year sort of growth projections for the next many years are largely online based, and we are very happy with that.
One of the last question is about the funding which you have received in the December last year. Like you intended to explore new geographies across the world. So what is the progress on the same?
Yeah, so we have a strong European business. 30% of our business is in Europe, so pretty sizable business today in Europe. So that has done well. Australia, we've had a business for many years. That is always a significant part of our business. So that's there. And in India also, we have a growing business. When you understand direct to consumer, I don't think it's easy to understand or to run platforms yourself. And there are many nuances to it. But once you understand that, you can test many markets, quite cost efficiently and quite promptly. So we do have some more markets, but I don't see outside of the ones we've spoken about, which is US, Canada, Australia, India, Europe. And in Europe, of course, there are 4 or 5 key markets, about 5 key markets that we look at. We will have new markets as well coming up, but maybe about 6 or 9 months away from now, from a launch perspective. Yeah, so we still expect to be profitable in FY24. So as of now, we are sticking with that expectation. Like I said, on a trailing 12-month basis, today, that would be August 22 to July 23, we would be a negative 2% EBITDA. So we're not far from profitability. And this is a provisional P&L. So, would include things like R&D costs, which may get capitalized. So, we'd be even closer to profitability. Yeah, by the end of the year, we are still expecting to be profitable. Yeah, the revenue target for this fiscal year is about 56 million.